Oh, boy, I just don't know what this show is degenerating into, do you? I just have no idea. It's
What
all
a
your
Friday.
fault, too,
I know,
from that
I
disgusting,
know.
vulgar display at the table last night. There were people swooning and passing out just watching what... And like this stranger, this total stranger they bring over to the table, fruitcake of all people, and I have no idea what he was doing with her. I'm sure not much. And plants her down next to you, and right away the bird is like cooing in her ear and grabbing her body part, and she was liking it. That's the thing I couldn't understand.
Absolutely. Well, I knew her. I had never met her, but I had talked to her before.
You knew her?
Well, I talked to her
like
on
in
the
the
phone.
family way,
No,
or
no,
like
no.
in the generic
But
way?
this was I finally met her.
Biblical way.
In the biblical sense,
And something I guess you don't realize about me, but when there are beautiful women around me,
yeah.
I
Like River Phoenix.
He's not a woman.
Well, you could change that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Well, anyway, that Barbie was.
Here's
was
Jet Boy,
gorgeous.
Jet Girl on Zeta 4.
No, she was gorgeous, and I just was friendly. I'm a friendly guy. Isn't that the right word? Friendly?
You pronounced it
I
correctly.
think lecherous is the word that we're looking for.
Okay, I'm a lech.
Gee. No, I'm glad that you brought that up, because I was before I wanted to make a point, and that is, it's always nice to meet people in the audience, and the overwhelming majority of them are nice, and they behave fairly rationally. But there are some of them who come in there like diving all over people's bodies. And did you see Beth? Did you see the show that she put on last night?
Yeah, see, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, I enjoy that.
I'm not used to it. And nobody's diving over my body, I'll tell you that.
Now we get to the real.
Yeah. See, in other words, if I'm going to be in the middle of an orgy, I don't want to be just like sitting there ignored.
Finally, it took an hour and 20 minutes, but we finally got to it.
If Ricky would have dived across the table and just given me a big hug or a squeeze
and then
or something.
you wouldn't say word one this morning.
Right, exactly. I would have felt a lot better about it. But I was like the odd man out, so to speak.
Got it. And that's not.
Okay.
That doesn't.
And
you're
like
right.
Beth was like doing swan dives over Major's lap, and then she had at the end there she had Dave. We had to get a crane to excavate him from her body. I couldn't believe it.
That's right.
And there was some wild stuff going on there. What was that all about?
I can't answer those questions.
Boy,
that was at the other end of the table. I had my hands full, so to speak, at my end of the table. I see what you're saying. I would be the same way as you in that situation. The odd man out. Yeah.
I kept hearing Ed Ames. He was humming, Ed Ames, my cup runneth over. Remember that? I couldn't believe what was going on. Yeah, we got that.
That'll
Here's
fit
Ed
right
Ames
in.
on Zeta 4. Here's Melody d'Amour by the Ames Brothers.
What's his name at Blue Note has that Ed Ames record.
I bet he does. What, have you got like stock in that company or something, or what? I mean, they're nice people, but geez, every day. Are you writing it on the log?
You looked rather pale. I thought maybe you weren't feeling well still, you know? And I just didn't want
I was feeling fine. I was just
Were ya?
I wasn't getting in on any of the action. That's why I was pale.
I felt bad. You know, I made those buttons just for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, those are great buttons. And by the way, I'm real happy about that presentation you and I did to Fruitcake.
Yeah, we gave him one of those Get a Life buttons. They were perfect. Yeah, if anybody we know needs to find some new avenues of interest,
I've got some extra ones, so I'll send them to you so you can hand them out to those who really do need a life.
Good idea.
Excellent, including like some of our management people here. Okay.
But I just wanted to let you know I had a great time. You guys are just a great group of people.
Think about this, okay? There's some real meat to sink your teeth into in this letter. Dear Neil, I'm a long-time listener and fan. You're the greatest. But here it comes regarding Bill Cosford. Do play the tape of the last show you two did together. I remember that show as being embarrassing. You made that man squirm. Mm-hmm. Some people simply cannot take that kind of public attack against a coworker, even if it's only a joke. I said at the time, I don't think we'll see Mr. Cosford back on that show. 9490, we give that number in passing just in case anybody in Boca might be listening. Caller said that as soon as Rick Peters' non-compete ends, that Jerry Sullivan will be gone.
Well, Peters is the consultant on Magic.
But when he comes in full-time, Jerry Sullivan goes out, according to this rumor. That's a rumor, but wouldn't that be great? If anybody I know deserves it, Jerry, you do. Okay? My good cosmetic plastic friend.
And right with that new promotion director and everything over there.
Yeah. Just a coincidence.
Yeah. Let me just slip the weather forecast in here briefly.
If you like. Or then that other traffic thing. Didn't you have another mess on the Palmetto?
Yeah.
George Harrison, and here came the drum.
Boom.
I can't believe this man. He is just full of surprises this morning, not the least of which will probably be this exciting legal ID. Is it approved? Is it approved by the consultants, by the way?
Yeah, the consultants heard what you said about the little boy, so they gave us this new jingle.
Oh, boy. Okay, let's hear it, Captain Dave.
WZTA, Miami Beach, Fort Lauderdale,
That's great.
Palm Beaches, Zeta 4, quality rock and roll.
That's excellent. Let's hear it for Captain Dave and the Zeta 4 barbershoppers.
Okay, now you know...
I bet you Jay Michaels had something to do with that. Cause,
Absolutely. That's obvious.
yeah, because anywhere there's like barbershop quartet, there's like a party going on, you know?
Sure.
And Jay is at every party.
Yeah.
With that ghetto blaster
Now,
and the whole bit.
You know the guy, you know the little drop you have that goes Neil Rogers, the rock and roll monster?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what...
Do we want to hear that?
Yeah, let's hear that right now.
Neil Rogers, the rock and roll monster.
Yeah.
Now, what would you think if I said to you, the guy who does that, who says that, okay?
Yes.
What would you think if I told you that's the same little boy who does the top of the hour ID?
I would say he probably had the operation. And, of course, the operative question, isn't it interesting how we work? The operative question is, was the operation before he sounded like this or before he sounded like that? That's the question. It is the same person?
Yeah. It is the same person at the through harmonizers. You know all this incredible equipment they have over here.
Well, why
on
would
FM?
anybody want to go through a harmonizer to sound like a 10-year-old boy?
Okay, Captain Dave, can you play the little boy talking about Neil Rogers or something?
Quality rock and roll. 94.9 Zeta 4. We're back.
Neil Rogers, the rock and roll monster.
Yeah, you're right. At the very beginning, you can hear the similarity in his
absolutely
in his lungs. Yeah,
it's shocking, isn't it?
it is shocking. It's just shock radio. Unbelievable.
I heard that rumor.
Incredible.
It is incredible.
Mung brain.
Now, for some reason, Neil,
It's just a joke.
They wanted to keep that a secret
It's
from
just a radio show.
you. They didn't want you to know that.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
Feel a little frisky.
Yeah.
Is that the word? As
Well,
in cat food?
Well, I could probably think of other
By the
words.
way, kids, if mommy and daddy are going to be out of the house today and you're staying home from school and that pet kitty is, bugging you and giving you a hard time, I'm not going to say it, but I'll give you a little hint. Stan's microwave went out over the weekend.
It did?
It did, yeah, that's what he said.
I'd like to get back to this story about the visitor from Philadelphia.
Okay, so what does that mean? Was that a false alarm that Captain Dave gave us more bad information?
Well, he gets all these mysterious phone calls from... See?
Now, One Cut was real nice, but I know that White Album, they tend to run together a little bit.
I was listening in delay, sorry.
Oh, I see.
That's why he lives
That was a
his entire
bonus,
life.
ladies and gentlemen. No extra charge. Bonus on Zeta 4, where you get the entire cut and two or three, what?
I was 4 seconds off.
Grooves from the next cut.
It's Monday.
So, you see, he's nervous because he gave us all that bad information about the trends and about the book, which isn't going to show anything.
No.
Where did you get that? Did you get that from Mr. Cake?
I'm going to verify this opera.
The source,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah, because they say noon here.
Well, it came over the extension line, so I just assumed...
Well, what was it? Like
That
a
it
hollow voice? A faceless voice in the middle of the night? Are you turning into Howard Beale?
It was a youngish type of voice.
Mm-hmm. Like a high-pitched, whiny, Kendall-sounding...
Captain Dave, did it sound like it came from Kendall? Yeah.
It's kind of sounded like that kid who does the ID.
Oh, yeah, then it was fruitcake. And what did he say?
He may have the numbers.
He said what I wrote down there.
Oh, yeah.
He
He
says
may
that
have 'em.
he says the trend just came over the computer. He says,
His
tell
computer.
Neil that it's unbelievable and he'll be pleasantly surprised.
Now, as you know, his predictions on the numbers always
Well,
come
that's
out
because he
true.
gets them first. Because
Yeah.
the mung brains in this building, they can't get the computer to work.
Well,
It's because he's
only-
got it all tied up.
We only pay for it,
Yeah.
But I
Well,
bet...
some of us always pay for it.
Well, let me ask the lady if she put
Please,
those
let's find out. This is pressing information. Now, I was to come back this afternoon and be on with briefly.
Are you really going to do that?
Just briefly with someone we all know and love. Who is in desperate search of a show again, ladies and gentlemen. Our poll question today, will Stan find an act?
And there's the answer.
Okay, Jay, thank you so much. And if anybody should know.
That card...